The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which men measure themselves and others. To a scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for the right. Trusting in God, with faith in his fellow man, he looks forward to each day, seeking his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always of courage. The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind all Eagle Scouts to always wear a smile. The red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the Second Class Scout Award, which has its ends turned up in a smile. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up in scouting's trail, just as others helped him in his climb to the Eagle. The performance of the daily good turn takes on a new meaning when he enters a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as protector of the weak and helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and the oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. He will always be prepared to put forth his best. You are deserving of much credit in having achieving scouting's highest award. However, wear your award with humility, ever mindful that an Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and Scout Law be your guide tomorrow and onward.
From the day man walked upon the earth, in the garden with his God, he looked above him and saw birds in the sky. And the greatest of them all was the eagle, strong and brave, and his spirit soared with him as he watched the eagle fly. Dare to brave the eagle's flight, soar above the mountain's height. Let the God who is with you be the wind beneath your wings. Though the storms of life will blow, trust the God you've come to know. Dare to be different and you'll hear the upward call. As the settlers crossed the mountains so many years ago, they saw the eagle flying high above the trees. And they were reminded why they came to this country far away, braving the wilderness in a longing to be free. Dare to brave the eagle's flight, soar above the mountain's heights. Let the God who is with you be the wind beneath your wings. Though the storms of life will blow, trust the God you've come to know. Dare to be different and you'll hear the upward call. When all the others ran to hide, who's the one who stayed and testified, suffered willingly and bled and died for you and for me? Take your lifelong cue from him, for he died and rose again, rose above the storm so we could be free, truly free. Dare to brave the eagle's flight, soar above the mountain heights. Let the God who is with you be the wind beneath your wings. Though the storms of life will blow, trust the God you've come to know. Dare to be different, and you'll hear the upward call.
Thank you, Dave. That was nice. The song kind of made me think. Service made me think today of how much Tyler thinks of this church, his parents, his friends, and his family. And in turn, that means a lot to me. I'm going to try not to cry before this thing's over with. Before I move on, I'd like to thank some other boys. We got a few in here I haven't seen yet. Where you at, Nate? Hey, Nate. Austin Beeman. They were some of the first of the older boys when I took over that really accepted me into the truth. And that really meant a lot. And now, by the authority vested in me as a representative of the East Carolina Council and the National Council, I declare this court of honor to be open. The Scouting movement constitutes one of the most wholesome and significant influences in the world today. Many successful, well-known persons are Eagle Scouts. A former president of the United States, a film director whose films have won worldwide acclaim, most of the original astronauts, and several outstanding sports personalities. The Eagle candidate whose efforts culminate this evening in the presentation of the Eagle Badge has labored long to enter this brotherhood. He will assume even greater responsibilities to the ideals of honor and service. When he pledges himself on his sacred honor, he will be sealing his loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout with the words which close the Declaration of Independence. Tyler Lawrence, will you please take the stage? Tyler is the third Eagle Scout that I've had the privilege of having this service for. And as much as I hate attention and being in front of people, I love my guys enough to be up here. And make no mistake, they're all my guys. Tyler, what promise did you take when you became a Tenderfoot Scout?
Scout Oath, sir.
Is there any reason why you should not renew that promise now?
No, sir.
Then I ask you now to give the Scout Oath as you rededicate yourself to its principles.
On my honor, I will do my duty to guide my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
I'm not the only one nervous. You have just recommitted yourself to the principles of the Scout Oath. You now have a new, more intense obligation to your church, your community, and your troop. The knowledge you have gained in all areas of scouting will better enable you to be prepared for the future and its challenges. The Scout motto, be prepared, now takes on a special meaning. Before the Eagle Award is bestowed upon you, I'm going to ask your parents to please take your side at this time. Tyler, your parents have undoubtedly been a primary source of help in your scout work. They have helped you carry the standards of your award to the highest peak of attainment. Since the very best is expected of an Eagle Scout in exemplary conduct, character, achievement, and leadership ability, I'm going to ask your parents who have so loyally pledged their willingness to continue to help you. They jumped the gun a little bit. The question was, will you continue to help Tyler grow?
Yes, we will.
Don't throw me off the trail. Tyler, it is now my pleasure to welcome another man to the stage. I don't know him well, we've met briefly before, but the way I was told by Tyler is the man who introduced him to scouting. And anybody who introduced anybody to scouting in a better way is a friend of mine and will always be a friend of mine. Michael Moore will offer our Eagle Challenge tonight.
Tyler. Mr. Ms. Lawrence. I am humbled and honored to be here tonight, as I was one of the team members that did recruit Tyler and his family. William and I go back to his high school days, but I still remember the look that he gave me as he accepted the adult application. Like, oh, what have you got me into? But as I was reading the timeline on the back of the program 10 years ago, so I congratulate you as a family for sticking with scouting. And I'm also honored to be here today because I never realized until I showed up in the parking lot that I was one of the ones that started the original Cub Scout Pack 16 back up in the 80s, and I too was a Scoutmaster with Troop 16. And my son also is an Eagle Scout with Troop 16. So it shares a great honor for me to be here today. Scouts of all nations make up the most important, wholesome, and significant movements in the whole world history. You have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of this honor. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. This award, as you will know, is one of honor and responsibility, and you are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God and your country and to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking, Tyler. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these things depend, for the most part, on the quality of her citizens. Our country has had a great past, and you can help make the future even greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only toward the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow man. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to finer living. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their hearts, hands, and skills and the abilities to common good, help to build America's future by continuing to set the example of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God, whatever others may do. You will leave behind you a record of which you may be justly proud. Eagle candidate Tyler Lawrence, I charge you to enter this Scout brotherhood holding without reservation and ever before you the ideals of honor and service. By the repetition of the Eagle Scout promise before your fellow members, you will become an Eagle Scout. When you pledge yourself your sacred honor, you will be sealing your internal loyalty to the Code of Eagle Scouts with the same words which close the Declaration of Independence.
Well, all Eagle Scouts present tonight, please stand and bear witness as Tyler takes his Eagle pledge. I know several of you. I'd recognize Bishop Harris, Charlie Lewis. I drew a blank for a second. They were in Scouts when I was in Scouts. And I'd like to recognize one more person in here before I do this, and that would be Mr. Heath Henson, who was in Scouting when we were this old. Nice to have you here, Heath. You meant a lot to people like me. Your scout sign. I reaffirm my allegiance
I reaffirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of an Eagle Scout.
of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will do my best
to do my best
to make my training an example
to make my training an example
and my status and my influence
and my status and my influence
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship
and for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
Be seated. Thanks, guys. Your conduct along the trail has been excellent. Truly it has. You have rededicated yourself to the principles of scouting, but one more thing is important, your future. As an Eagle Scout, you become a guide to other scouts. You become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are